Hello there. I'm Jack and I judge people. There, I said it. So, the reason why I said that is because I want to talk about judgments. I have been talking with people and weaving our way through a conversation. We eventually get on the topic of judgments. And when I say I judge people all the time, they tend to look at me kind of weird, and the energy shifts, and then the conversation gets focused in on that rather than, let's say, the bigger topic of what we're talking about. And so it seems to be something that we need to open ourselves up to. And the reason why I think we should open up ourselves to what a judgment is from a singular standpoint is mainly because we see it as one thing and not another. Just like in my other videos when I talk about ego only being something negative in life, or what we see as something negative, rather than something positive, because positive stuff isn't egoic. That's good. Bad stuff that we don't like is egoic because we don't want it. So we do the same thing with judgment, and I just want to clear up this word because I feel bad for this word. So we do the same thing. Bad judgments. Judgments against someone. A judgment that could hurt someone's feeling. It's a judgment. Or I should say observations that could hurt people's feelings. So opinions that could hurt people's feelings. That's a judgment. Opinions and observations of someone that could make them feel good about themselves. Those are compliments, not judgments anymore. So you see that division. Bad opinions turn into judgments. Good opinions turn into compliments. Smash those two things together, and it's just judgment. It's just an assumption. It's an opinion. And guess what? We do it every single moment. I do it every single time I meet someone. I judge someone immediately. There. I judge every single person every single time I talk with them. I judge myself every single time. It's all the time. Because I'm observing life. I'm assuming things about life. I'm assuming colors right now. I'm assuming this video is a good idea. I'm judging that doing this video is a good idea. I could be judging it's a bad idea. It could go either way. But that's just my feeling. That's my human feeling. It could go either way. But either way, it's a judgment. It's an assumption. It's a feeling. So they're all the same words. Assumptions, observations, feelings, judgments, opinions, all doing the same thing, all explaining the same thing. Whether they're good or bad, that's up to us to determine that. And there are many different examples that we can look at, and I can have an opinion about someone, and they could take it good or bad, take it either way. So it really, once I started seeing that, if I try to make assumptions about someone or opinions about someone in their favor, it's a hit or miss. It's not always what I feel like is a good opinion about them, or assumption, or judgment, or observation. Because they can take it in a different way. So we just need to see these things as judgments. We got to deal with them if they hurt their feelings or if they help their feelings. It's a good or bad thing. We can't always give our judgments and our opinions about someone or something in their favor because it's always going to help their feelings. Because sometimes it doesn't. Even though we might feel like it's going to help their feelings rather than hurt them, they could still take it the wrong way. And we say, oh, I never intended on that. I was trying to help you. So, is a judgment really only a bad thing? Even when we try to make it into a good thing, it can still be a bad thing, and vice versa. So that's really what I hope to share, is to just show the objective aspect to a judgment. And an important thing to consider is that they can be compared, I guess. And that's really where we start getting into bad aspects of judgment. So whether they're good or bad. So yeah, only bad aspects. So that's when we can get into the good or bad aspect of judgments. So when someone has a judgment, let's just say weight. How much fat do we have on our bodies? And I could say that person's fat. And so, of course, someone will say that's a negative judgment. That's a judgment against their body. Well, that's compared to someone skinnier. Compared to someone heavier or fatter, they're not fat. So, a judgment is only based on a negative judgment, is only based on what we compare it to. I'm fat compared to an even skinnier person. You know, so it really all depends. And I know people are just like, I'm splitting hairs and all that. And what are the chances? Because there's an average, a general population that has a certain amount of fat on them. And of course, there is a skinnier side and there is a heavier side, and then everyone in between, just like the bell curve. But I just want to show that yes, that may be the bell curve, but it still all depends on what you're comparing it to. What's your definition of fat and skinny? And for someone who wants to gain weight, it could be offensive to say that they're skinny. So if I'm trying to gain weight, someone says, "Oh, you're looking skinny," or "You're looking skinny," and they say it in a nice way, it could be like, "Well, I'm trying to gain weight." And then someone could say, "Oh, looks like you're gaining some weight. Congratulations, because I feel like you're trying to gain weight." And I could be like, "I'm trying to lose weight." So you can see, it's just what I want in life. So essentially, the way I picture and feel into other people's opinions about me and what I'm doing with myself or life in general is just based on my preference. That's just how I want to see what they just said. So they could say, "Oh," and the objective, cold-hearted objective side to judgment, someone else's judgment of me, they could say, "Oh, Jack, looks like you're gaining weight." And I could be like, "Oh, okay. I had noticed." And they could be like, "Oh, looks like you're losing weight." And I could be like, "Oh, I haven't noticed." Or maybe I have noticed. And that's just their opinion. So when people say those things about me, because yes, some people said I have been gaining weight, some people said I have been losing weight in different times of my life. And of course, during the times when I wanted the opposite of what they felt about me, yeah, it felt bad. And then when I wanted exactly what they said about me, yeah, it felt good. So keep that in mind when people make these judgments. Realize it's a comparison game. It's what's your standard? What do you feel like you're comparing that judgment to? And realize it could always get more extreme. It can get better or worse. And then also realize better or worse is what you prefer. It's what your ego is. So that better or worse is all relative, and that better or worse isn't universal for everyone, because it could be totally flipped around in someone else's eyes, someone else's ego. So please, when people talk about judgments, and when you say, you're just judging that person, yes, and so are you for judging that person. You just judge them for judging. Welcome to the club. So that's really something we need to get over. And when I tell people that I'm judging people and I say it just like this, people don't even know what to do. And then I have to go explain all this positive and negative, and judgment is simply both, and it's just how they want to look at what I have to say. Because it's only my opinion. Everything I say about this entire universe is my opinion. And my opinion's based on certain things that my consciousness and ego see in life. And no one else is occupying the same space as me. So that means every single person is going to see life in a different angle, a different perspective, because they're occupying that space. And so we're obviously not going to have the same judgments and opinions about life. So it's hard to really explain that in the moment when we're talking about something else, you know, like let's say police stereotyping or profiling or something like that. That's the issue at hand, and when I say, yeah, it's alright to judge and you get off topic, it like really takes the conversation off that way. So for everyone that wants to talk, and anyone, you know, anywhere you want to take this to, with anyone you want to take it to, just realize what a judgment is, and things can be smoother, and hopefully we don't have to get so caught up in politically correctness and programs like that where we have this rule book to adhere to, which yes, rule books can be good, but they can also be bad, because then we can't say things because they're judgments, they're negative judgments, not positive judgments, and we only want positive judgments and things in favor of other people's feelings, and we sacrifice our own feelings and observations and opinions about life. So then it's just a constant rule book. Oh, I can't say this, I can only say that, and blah blah blah, and that's what media has to deal with. So really, let's get honest. Let's get open. Let's realize what a judgment is. Everyone can have their own judgments. I can, you can. Let's feel welcome in expressing them. So I hope you took something away, or could take something away from this. And please subscribe. And also, new edition. So I'm hoping to start doing mentoring or Skype sessions, online sessions where we can video chat if you like to talk about something, if you have any judgments or opinions about what I've been doing, what I've been missing, suggestions on what I can do differently, delivery, all that, my message in general, you know, do I have holes? Anything you want to talk about, really. That's really all I want to do, is I just want to connect with people on that sort of basis rather than me just recording videos. So if you do want to do something like that, please just shoot me an email. Should be connected to my to my YouTube channel. But if not, I can just give you my email, or you can comment on this video and then we can set something up. But I'm trying to set that up. I'm trying to set a website up, so after each video I offer the mentoring, and we can do that online through Skype or Google Plus Hangouts, you know. So it's really up to you and how you want to do it. We could do phone, but that's something that I'm offering and I'm hoping to get into more, because I really do like interacting with people, and every time I do, I learn something new and they learn something new. So I love that relationship and that exchange. So if you do want to do that, please let me know. I'm highly interested. So thank you, and hopefully the rest of the night goes well for you, and also with your judgments.